Honestly, this is the type of video that could put me out of business. It is just being able to design these GoHighLevel pages so fast that it honestly feels like it should be illegal. So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you exactly how I've been designing these GoHighLevel pages. I'm using two different AI platforms plus GoHighLevel to just design these beautiful high converting pages. So let's jump into it. So first step is I log into Aura.build and I create, well, first step is writing the copy. I write the copy, then I take that copy, I put it into here, and pretty much sometimes I need to, do a couple different prompts to get it correct and to just get it how I want it to look. So first, now we're going to create a sales page for a training platform with the goal to get them to book a demo. The company is called D2DU 2.0, Door-to-Door University. We're going to have different industry specific pages, and we're going to start with roofing. Let's make a high quality design that is direct response focused while guiding users to read and absorb what the copy says, while using design elements to amplify the words being said to make it convert higher. Here's the copy for the page. So after I say that, it usually puts out a pretty decent one. For this one, I didn't love what it looked like, so I rewrote the copy a little bit and just had it spit out another one on that. So kind of came here. I wanted it to change up some of the testimonials and some of the case studies and everything on there, so I had it change that. And then we got it to a point where, I really liked the design. I liked how it looked. And then what we did from there is we just changed up the colors. So that way, everything was on brand with the roofing side of everything. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this code right here and I'm going to come into Claude. I haven't used any other AI softwares to do this, but I absolutely love Claude. So I'm just going to stick with that. I pay $100 a month for it. So if you're not on that higher plan, it could time you out just because it does get pretty long. So what we're going to do is we're just going to tell Claude what we're doing. We are creating a sales page inside of GoHighLevel, and I'm going to give you code, and we're going to go section by section in order to design the entire page. We want to keep all of the interactive elements in place and make sure it's mobile optimized as well. Here's the code. So we paste that in, tell it what we want it to do. We're going to come in here real quick. As you can see, it's a brand new funnel. So we're just going to say sales page, D2DU Roofing Pro, and we're going to create this funnel step. Well, it's creating the funnel step, so it's got everything that we need in here. It's got pretty much everything. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to just have it build out this part right here. I'm going to make the header. So I'll come in here, I'm going to create from blank, and I'm going to have me create the header just because. So we'll do an image here, and then I don't think I actually have, okay, so I don't have the logo. Let me do a button. We're going to delete this and we're just going to add text for now. and it's just going to be a little small. We will take the styles, we'll put that there. We will grab these styles, and what we're going to do is put this to the left, and then we're going to come back and we're going to say book demo. So book demo, lower the font size to about 13. We're going to come over here. We're going to do 10 and then 10 just to make a little bit skinnier of a button. We'll change the background to black. Now we have the header. We'll go 0, 0, and then we'll add a bottom border. On that bottom border, we'll do gray, and we'll have it be 1px. So now we have that. Then we're going to come in. We're going to add one more. So I like to take screenshots to show it what we're going to create. So I'm going to grab this screenshot right here, save it in here, come back to Claude, say, let's start with this. Oops. So that's actually going to give me a too small. So we're going to say, let's start with this. Keep the green dot on there and make sure this will be in an HTML code box on the page. So now what it's going to do, it's going to write the code. So we're going to come in here. We're going to grab the code for the code. Once it's done, we'll just grab that. The only thing I don't love about doing it this way is you can't see what it looks like until you hit save. So now, of course, it didn't center it. Let's make sure it's centered. So then what it will do is it'll just rebuild out that code and make sure that it is centered. Look, you don't have to be a coder. You don't have to really know design. As long as you just grab the code and take these screenshots. I grew up coding MySpace pages, so I understand CSS a little bit. I understand some HTML and everything there, but I wouldn't necessarily consider myself a coder. So we have that. We're good there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it create this one. Now let's do the headline and subheadline and make sure we keep the font exactly as is on the page. So again, I'm just going to drop this in there and it's going to spit that out. What I will do is I will come over here, book demo, book your demo. We will add that there. I'm going to make sure that I have all the typography how I want it, inner and inner, so we are good to go there. I'm also going to come in and I'm going to go under general. So it's headline font. I'm going to do semi-bold, and then on this one I'm going to do semi-bold as well. And then just to make sure that our buttons and everything do what we want it to do, I'm going to come in and I'm going to create a new pop-up. I'm just going to add full width. I'm just going to add a headline in here. So that way you'll see what we're going to do next, and just make sure any of these other buttons that we use are going to work the way that we need them to work. So now We can come in, of course, we can't see it on desktop or on mobile, but we have that there. Buttons working. We can scroll over and we can just make sure it's mobile optimized, so everything is good there. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go to the next section. So I'm personally not going to add these in here now, just because I want to make sure that I grab the right logos. But I'm going to come in here, and what I'll do is I'll make this that width. I will add the bottom border on it, and I will make it the gray, and then I'll make it 1 point. And then if we want to match up right here, so what I'll do is I will add about a 40 under there, and then I might need to fade it a little bit. So to fade it, we'll just come in, we'll just grab this smoke and put that smoke down there. So now it's faded. We have what we need and everything there. I'm going to add another section. Look back at what we got. So it'll be trusted by. And then we'll add subhead. Trusted by. Bold that. Change the color to, I'm going to just grab the color from this page. There we go. Exit out of that. Come back here. Just going to add a global color so that way we have it for all the other pages that we're going to be building. Now we have that there. Trusted by. And then I'm just going to do a logo showcase. And then that's just going to make it a ticker. And then change the style to be 10. So that way everything is good to go there. So now I'm going to save that. Check it out real quick. Everything is good. Everything's looking how we want it. I'm going to turn the exit pop off on this because we don't want an exit pop. So then I'm going to go to the next section. And what we're going to do is we're just going to tell it that we want this section. Next, I want to do this section, and I need 2 codes. Code number 1, background. Code number 2, the copy and design. So we'll go here, we'll come back over here, we will add a new section, and I'm going to grab the CSS selector for this section. And we'll put the CSS right here for the background, and then we will add another code and we will put that right here. So now we need to tell it background will be in the CSS box and not HTML element. I'm pretty sure I could just grab this right here and come into, yep, so that worked. So we're good there. Don't have to tell it anything else. Then we'll come in, we'll grab this, save that there. I'm going to change this to 80 and then 80 just to give it the spacing that we need. I'll save it real quick and boom, now we have that next section. So because we need this to open a pop-up, what I'm going to do, we need to have the button on there open a pop-up. Got to grab the CSS selector for one of our other buttons that actually opens the pop-up. So we'll grab this. We will come back here. So it doesn't always know what to do when it comes to some of this code. So it took me about 30 minutes to figure it out before. And once I figured it out, I've been able to just kind of pull that info in from one of the other chats in the project. And it's been able to do what I need to do in order to create it. So now it's just gonna rewrite this part. And once that is done, we'll just come in here. We'll just delete this code real quick while it's doing its thing. So that's good. Now we can save it. And now we come down here. Now it opens the pop-up that we want it to open. So then we're going to come in and we're going to go to the next section. And we're going to grab this one. Just let it know what we're going to do. We just need to do the same thing for this section with two codes. So that way it gives me the code for the background, and then it will give me the code. Oops, I actually need to give it the CSS selector. So forgot about that. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just grab this and I will come into custom CSS. We'll save that real quick. Then we'll grab the CSS code, put that in, and then we'll grab the other piece of code and we'll paste that in here. Come back. Sometimes I'll do the headlines by myself, so that way I know for sure it's going to be mobile optimized. But to save some time on this, I'm going to have it do it. So we're good there. We'll add, I'm just going to actually clone this section and move it down, delete the code out of here. It's just, it honestly makes it way too easy, which is why I said it felt like it should be illegal, because what used to take me 4 to 8 hours to design, I am literally going to do it in this video. What are we? We're 20 minutes in so far, and I'm probably almost halfway done with the page. So yeah, it's honestly incredible what we can do. We'll save that again. Make sure everything is good. So everything's good there. We'll come here. Make sure everything is mobile optimized. Looking beautiful. So we'll, oops. That's probably weird on the video, my bad. So we're gonna duplicate this, and then just to get the background where we had it before, we will copy the background in. We're going to put a comma and then save that in here. So that way now it has the same color for both of those backgrounds. And then we're going to, of course, come back and tell it we need this section now. And once it understands what you're doing, it's pretty simple. Like you just tell it, hey, let's do this section next. And from there, you're able to just get everything that you need completed. Now I'm gonna just take a screenshot here while I wait for it to write the code. So we'll come back here. So this one's got that faint little smoke bar on it. So I will grab a bottom border while we wait, and I will make that a little smoky and then change that to 1. And then I'm not gonna copy that one just because we don't want the border on it. So just understanding your workflows and what you need to do in order to just speed this up and make it go faster is what's going to make it just go faster. I've been able to do about probably, I think 5 or 6 pages in the last 48 hours once I figured this out. And that's good because we have so much copy right now that needs designing, and we have one designer plus me on the team. So just making sure getting everything where it needs to be and as fast as we can make it. So that way we can just push out these offers for one of our biggest clients and make sure everything is high quality, make sure copy is good, make sure design is good. So it's a lot less work than what it could be. Save this one. Well, I'm getting all that. Here's the next section. Sure the button works. Thanks. I always like to say thank you in most parts. And the reason that is because I don't want AI to kill me when AI takes over. So what you'll walk away with, we have that. The faint line is there. Everything is good. Everything looks good there. So then we want to go trusted by. Let me actually see something. Okay, so next section. Did I forget something? Everything you need to dominate roofing. So everything you need to dominate roofing. Okay, so that background. Okay, so I have numbers tell the story twice. That's why I was like, what is going on here? Okay, so now I just need to restructure the page a little bit. So I'm just going to go section by section. So done, 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 done. Everything you need to dominate, which is, kind of switch that around. I shouldn't have made the second copy that I made. Okay, so everything you need, and then you'll walk away with, and then training specifically built for. Perfect. So I'm going to move this up here, and then I'm going to take this one and move this down here. So then I'll save that real quick. So we move there. Everything you need should be everything you need, and then you'll walk away with. Okay, so I should have kept, okay, so everything you need, you'll walk away with, and then, perfect. So even with a mix-up, like, it's still super fast. Perfect. Make sure that opens the pop-up. We're good. Pop-up open. Perfect. So now you can exit out of these, come back to that next section. Give it that next section. So because this next section, we'll delete this. We'll just put a code in, and then we'll go the 80 and 80 again. And then we'll grab the CSS selector, just so that way we get the background exactly where we want it. And we can just add that in like that. So should be almost done. Let me know in the comments where you're watching this from, and most likely it's on YouTube because I don't think I'm posting it anywhere else. But let me know your biggest questions. I'd love to answer any questions that you might have. And if you need help writing copy and you want to design the page and everything, there's a link down in the description, or you can go to scaleyouroffers.com and you can apply for a game plan call. And on that game plan call, we will go over your business, we'll go over everything, and just make sure that you're set up to succeed and you have everything you need to just thrive. So I'm going to do this one in 2 sections. Let me go design. Perfect. So what I'm actually going to do is we're going to go back to preview. Let's do this section, but let's make the headline in the code 10px bigger on desktop. And the reason I want to do that is just because, like, as you can see, it was just pretty small on there. So I just want to make sure that it just looks how it should look. Otherwise it's just gonna, I don't know. I definitely have some perfectionism issues per se. So the reason I like when something looks clean. That's the designer in me. Some of my ugliest pages have converted the best, but that was a long time ago. Things have definitely changed in the last 5 years. I mean, I've been in this since 2018 and things have changed since then. So yeah, it's wild. Did we miss? No, I thought there was boxes around those, but there's not. So that's perfectly fine. We're going to grab this. And this is going to be in its own HTML element, but it's going to be in the same place. I'm going to put this at about 30, and we'll see how that looks once it's in there. And now it should get the button right, so we should be good to go. Looks like there's actually going to be a border on the bottom of this one, so I will get everything good with the border after I paste this in here. And then we'll have that bottom border, the 1px, and then we'll come back to that smoky and we'll save it. And then, oh yeah, I need to actually check the section above that, just because I told it to go up 10px and it could look like absolute crap. Okay, perfect. So yeah, that looks fine. If we come all the way out, it's going to look weird on the video just because I'm on a wide screen. So we are good there. And I'll get back to regular programming. So we have the border and everything done on here. I will add code in. Oops. There we go. And then again, 80 and 80, just to have that spacing look delicious. Delete these tabs just to get them out of the way. And I believe I already took the screenshot, so we'll come in. Next section, please. If you're wondering, yes, it is a glass of whiskey. Sometimes when I get on these videos, I get a little nervous, so sometimes you kind of need a little something to take that edge off. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Today was feeling like one of those days. So we got that. This will be in the same section. So we'll grab this part and we will duplicate this and we'll add that 40 here. We'll come back. Get that next section. And then so we can get ready. So I don't like that common questions is over to the left and so is the button. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tell it to center it. So that's good. Next section, let's center the headline and the button. So it doesn't look weird. Then make sure I pasted or copied this. Sometimes I forget. Sometimes I forget. So we'll save this. Come back in here. Looking good. I'm probably going to have it increase the font on there and then decrease the font on there. And I'll do all the edits once I'm like done with the actual page. So that way it's easier, because then I'll be able to, I have everything visual. And this is why I said that sometimes I'll just do the headlines as actual just copy on the page. Or text on the page, I should say, since it's all copy on the page. Oh yeah, there. Perfect. Centered. Button works. We are good to move on. Now let's do the final section. We're going to add code in there. Same thing. We'll just go 80, 80, and then we can actually do a full length. We can add 2 columns. Headline. Whoa. So I'll show you what I do when I go to make like adjustments and everything there. Oops. So that way you can just kind of understand what and how I do it. We're gonna go snag this. We'll make the color that color. I'm actually gonna just grab, no, I'm not gonna. I was thinking about just grabbing the, let me see. Yeah, that's a little bit too dark. So I'll go back to the smoky. And then that looks fine. So we should have the entire page pretty much done, 38 minutes. Buttons working, everything's good there. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to this section and let me see. That would be 1, 2, 3 up. So 1, 2, 3. I might even be able to just find we can just go 35. Okay, that did not work how I wanted it to. Let me see if I can go 30. And see if that just does anything. Oh, let me. Okay, perfect. So that worked. And then we'll come to this one. And that one's at 36. So we're going to do 43. Sometimes it loads before it saves. Okay, that looks better. This I don't fully love. I'll come in here. And I'll do 22. Again, what I don't like is when there's like these two words on that next line. I normally don't like it centered at all, but we'll see what 75 looks like actually. I think what's going to happen though is I'm going to go over, say 66. And I think what's going to happen is the headline's going to come down on that second line. Grind my gears. Okay, that looks so much better. I'm going to do this one at 75 now. Your pages will convert higher if people don't have to read all the way across. Perfect, that looks great. Button still works. Now we're gonna find this one, and I'm gonna increase the size of this one. So that is 1, 2, this one right here. So we're going to go 42. $46. There we go. I'm just going to say because they don't care about if it's 37 modules. Perfect. Now I'm going to change that one. That one was where the numbers tell this story. There we go. Boom, we are done. That was 44 minutes to design this entire page. And now all I got to do is add the logos to it. And then we are good to go. Hope you enjoyed. Drop your comments below if you have any questions. And I'm probably going to be making more of these just because I love designing these pages and just want to show you what we're working on. And if you need help with copy, design, anything like that, scaleyouroffers.com, and I will see you on the next video.